this week on days of our Pirates. After outscoring the Cubs 19-2 in the past two games, the Pirates looked to take Game 3 of the series and officially clinch the series win. But before the game, it was announced that right-handed pitcher Gerard Eickoff has been selected to move up from AAA Indianapolis, but to make room, right-handed pitcher Heath Hembree has been designated from assignment, and don't get me wrong, he's a Major League Baseball player, so you have to congratulate him in his own right for that, but he was probably by far the worst reliever on this team, and a lot of fans aren't going to be too upset with seeing him go, but this is Eickoff's very first game in the major leagues, and the Pirates' batting production has been stellar, so as long as he can produce a decent game, then odds are the Pirates can probably, then the Pirates do definitely have a chance to win this game. As you see right there, his first strikeout as a major leaguer for Gerard Eickoff, and we just got to hope that things like these continue throughout the entirety of the game. As you see, Wisdom's getting ready, pointing to the crowd basically, as here's Bryan Reynolds up to bat on the 0-2 pitch. This one's hit hard, and that one is a fair ball. It's going to go down the line basically, and Reynolds stumbles, but luckily he's able to stay afloat and on balance as he's going for three, and he is safe easily. So Bryan Reynolds gets the game, and he enters it by getting a triple, and he's in scoring position for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And Hayward, honestly, you just cut the camera to him, because at that point, that was just a perfectly positioned ball by Reynolds. You see here again, Hayward definitely had to run for that one, which bought Reynolds some time to get to third base, and you're going to see him trucking again after he originally slipped, but was able to stay on balance, and he got there quite easily. As here's Daniel Vogelbach on the 3-2 pitch, and he can take his base. He's going to get walked. And here's Cal Mitchell, his first start of the series, and he strikes out. So we're going to go to the top of the second, still a 0-0 game. As here's VR, and this one is a fair ball for VR, and that is most likely going to result in a double. And it was fairly close, but he is safe. Not able to get it in time. You see here, just stays fair, and then it bounces outside to make it harder for the Pirate fielder to get it, as this one is going to sneak past Castillo, and that's going to advance the man to second base because they were trying to prevent the man on third from going home. So man on second and third, no outs. Eickoff is only 20 pitches in the game in the top of the second inning. As you're going to see here again, they were scared that he might try to go home. VR might try to go home, so they threw it home, except it wasn't the greatest throw, so that resulted in him being able to get to second base. Nice heads-up play there by him. So man on second and third now for the Chicago Cubs. So we're getting ready to throw the next pitch. And Hayward, it looks like it just grazed him, so he's going to get hit by the pitch and go for the walk. Bases are loaded now with no outs. And oh man, that is not something you ever want to do. They drive in a run by having the man on at bat getting hit by a pitch. That's two runners in a row, and this isn't intentional. He just genuinely is hitting them. And Rafael Ortega, that one is hit, and that one is going to drive in some runs for the Cubs, as they're having a good start to the game so far. But you got to admit, I get this is Eickoff's first game, but he really, really needs to get things under control, because right now, I know it's his first game in the major leagues, but right now, he is playing terribly. And that's just how it is, as Patrick Wisdom is up. 0-1 right now, one out. Man on second and third, and that's going to be a single, and that's going to drive in at least a run. It might drive in two, and it is going to drive in two. The Cubs go up 5-0 based off of the two-run RBI single for Patrick Wisdom. And the Cubs are taking advantage of Gerard Eickoff's very first start for sure, as they already have a 5-0 lead. And I get that baseball's any given day, but throughout this series, the Cubs have looked dead in the water, and suddenly they're back. I wonder why, as this one is hit hard, and that one is gone. A two-run homer by Ian Happ makes it a 7-0 game in favor of the Cubs, and we're still in the second inning. Eickoff is, I get it's his first major league start. I didn't expect for him to go out there and play at an incredible level, but it doesn't matter if this was his first game ever or not. He's playing terribly, as that one is a solo home run by Diego Castillo to get the scoring in for the Pirates, and they're going to have to score some runs pretty soon if they just want to get back into this baseball game, let alone try to win it, and it's very far-fetched considering how Eickoff is pitching and has already pitched. The damage probably has already been done. As we go to the top of the 4th inning, and Ortega is walked on the 4-0 count, so man on first base now for Wisdom, and that one is cranked, and that one is gone. Patrick Wisdom with the 2-run homer to make it 9-1, and Gerard Eickoff is having one of the worst performances by a pitcher in his first game ever. And that's impressive because pitchers in their first game in the major leagues typically don't do very well, but Eickoff is out here setting records, but for all the wrong reasons, as VR hits this one, and it goes off the glove of Reynolds, and that one is going to result in some extra bases. He's going to go for 3, and he's going to get it pretty easily. So now there's a man on third. Eickoff is still in the game. Man on third with no outs, and the Pirates are down 9-1. And you could tell, like, I'm not going to blame the offense production all on Eickoff, but it definitely doesn't help that absolutely no momentum is going in the Pirates' favor because of just how terribly Gerard Eickoff has played today. Momentum matters, right? The morale of the team in any given game matters, and the pitching performance definitely does not help that, as that one is hit high, and it is going to be caught by Mitchell, but that is probably going to drive in the run, and it is, so the Cubs go to double digits, and they're up 10-1. So, as we go to the next inning, excuse me, not the next inning, but we have, oh my goodness, look who we have at the plate. Diego Castillo is in because Eickoff was so bad, and honestly, that one's a grand slam off of Diego Castillo, but at this point, it's funny that he's even pitching. So you know what? It is what it is. This game, unless if we have the greatest comeback in a single game in MLB history, this game is over. So you know what? I guess it is what it is on that part. As this one's hit by Cruz, and he drops the ball, so he is safe. So now the bases are loaded, and Diego Castillo gets the run, so it's 14-2. And then Cruz gets the RBI single, as this one is hit, and this one stays in the park. And it's going to result in multiple runs scored for the Pirates. There goes Cruz. He's in. So it's 14-4 now, based off the 14-5 now, based off of the 3-run RBI double by Bly Madris, and it's awesome for his stats, and I guess for something to build on going into next game. But this game, as you can see right here, is over. The Cubs win it 14-5, and like I said, the Pirates play 2 amazing games of baseball on both sides of the ball these past 2 games before today. And I never expected for them to go out there and win every single game for the rest of the season and win them easily, right? But I feel like, and don't get me wrong, it's MLB baseball. The Pirates are going to have off days, and they're going to have days where they are on point and everything's going right for them. But overall, I feel like this game, more than anything, is just a result of Gerard Eickoff, and he could end up still being a good pitcher. It's just his first game, but he had a historically bad performance, and it was his very first time pitching. And it really didn't help that he hit about 3 or 4 people with a pitch in one game, right? And it wasn't even intentional. Like, you could tell he wasn't headhunting or anything like that. He just legitimately could not control the pitch, and the pitches weren't even that fast for a major league pitcher. But nevertheless, like I said, I didn't expect for him to do much, but it definitely hurt the morale of the team overall for the game. And I wouldn't say it's a special case just because it's Major League Baseball. Anything can happen. It's not like the Pirates are all of a sudden going to win the World Series this year. But this game, like the Pirates, I feel like they are more close to the team that we saw the past 2 days than the team that we saw today. Because the team that we saw today, in my opinion, was greatly affected even in terms of batting based off of the production of Gerard Eickoff. That game was just deflating to watch, I'm sure, if you're up there hitting for the Pirates. And, I feel like that it kind of makes it a little bit of a case where And it's just a result of an historically bad performance. Because if he could have just had a decent performance, this definitely would have been a game and the Pirates would have had a chance to win it. But like I said, it's Major League Baseball, and I don't expect this team to go win the World Series this year. And they're going to be in games where they're on a slump. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think they're going to suddenly go on a losing streak because of this one game. It's not like they were outright beaten. They were, but they weren't outright beaten, like, because I don't exactly know how to explain it, but they weren't beaten outright, like, without a fight. Like, yep, the Cubs were the better team. They were today, but it was the result, in my opinion, not all of it, but a good majority of it had to do with Gerard Eickoff, and I feel like even Cubs fans are going to admit that. But we're going to go into the game tomorrow looking for the series win, and honestly, like, it sucks that we lost, obviously. I mean, it always does, but I have confidence, and I really think that the Pirates can get back to the ways of winning today. And just like Eickoff having a historically bad performance, because that's something that we've seen in Pittsburgh for the past 2 to 3 years, and got a little bit of a break from it, in my opinion. We won't be seeing again for a pretty long time, because I have optimism in this team. So are the days of our Pirates.